What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated, two-division world champion, currently the WBC reigning middleweight world champion superstar boxer, Jermall Lions Only Charlo. He responds to undefeated two-time super middleweight world champion Mexican superstar boxer, David Benavidez, relentless, continuous call-outs of Jermall Charlo for a showdown in September, Mexican Independence Day weekend. With that said, David Benavidez, he has a fight coming up March 13th against Ronald Ellis. He's just trying to stay active. Jermall Charlo doesn't have a fight in the foreseeable future, and as of yet, but Jermall Charlo responds to the relentless everyday David Benavidez. He's posting stuff on social media. He's doing interviews, and he's calling out Jermall Charlo. With that said, David Benavidez, he stated that, September's the date. Don't flake out on it. Let's make it happen if you truly about that life. So Jermall Charlo, he responds, and he had this to say. Let's listen to what he had to say.
I'm on live, bro. We'll talk about this shit later. Somebody tell Benavidez, call me right now. Let's set this shit up. You feel me?
So he said, he went on live and he said, somebody tell Benavidez to get on his live right now. Jermall Charlo, he also stated that Benavidez is under 25 years old, and he really don't want to fight a guy that's under 25 years old. He says, y'all remember, y'all pushed Erickson the Hammer Lubin into a fight with my brother, Jermall Charlo, and he says early in the first round, he got knocked out and nearly got his neck broken in that fight, making a mistake. He just too young. And then he goes on to say, and then everybody has to get, vaccinated because, I'm not getting in there and risking myself. This is what Jermall Charlo had to say. So he's responding to David Benavidez. And then Jose Benavidez, the older brother, he's actually smaller than David Benavidez, but he's older than David Benavidez. Jose Benavidez, he faced off against undefeated three-division world champion superstar boxer Terrence Bud Crawford, and Terrence Crawford stopped him in that fight. And Jose Benavidez had a lot of talking he was doing as well in that fight. Okay, so Jose Benavidez, he joins Jermall's live. He gets in the comment section and he starts responding. And Jermall Charlo is telling Jose Benavidez, nobody's talking to you. Get your brother on the line. He says, get your big brother on the line. Physically, he is bigger than him, but in all actuality, Jose Benavidez is the big brother. He's the older brother, okay? So he says, I'm not talking to you. Get your father, Jose Benavidez Sr., or get your big brother, David Benavidez, on the line so we can make this happen ASAP. This is what Jermall Charlo had to say, okay?
We can go up to 68. I still put the 60 belt on the line. Like, I'm a thug, you know what I'm saying?
So he says, I'll put my WBC 60 belt on the line, but I don't mind going up to 168 and challenging him. But he responds to Jose Benavidez, who's in the chat as well. And he makes it be very clear that if y'all want this fight, you could get it. But just remember, you're very young.
You want it, you can get it. You want it, you can get it.
So he says, you want it, you can get it. So listen to him respond to Jose.
Hey, Jose, shut your ass up, dude. Put your brother on the phone. Benavidez, put your ass on the phone. Get your big brother on the phone.
So you see, he says, tell your big brother to get on the phone. Actually, Jose is the bigger brother, but in stature, David Benavidez is the bigger the brother, right? And so Jermall Charlo, he's stating that if you truly want this, you could get it. He says he really don't want to fight a guy who's 25 and under, who's under 25, because essentially he don't feel like he's going to get his just dues for beating David Benavidez. So this is what he's saying. So, David Benavidez relentlessly calls him out, and he's responding. Listen what he said. I'm trying to get David Benavidez on the line.
I'm trying to get David Benavidez family on the line.
So you see, he said, I'm trying to get David Benavidez and his family on the line because David Benavidez's dad is his trainer, manager, and obviously his father. So he's trying to get them on the line.
His daddy don't quit call me and shit. I'm waiting on the call and shit. I'm waiting on the request. Just requesting shit. On the call and shit. I'm waiting on the request. Just requesting shit. I'll talk to him. What's up, Pop? You want your son to fight me? What's up, David Benavidez
So you see, he's saying David Benavidez, daddy, let's fight. His father, trainer, and manager, right? Obviously, David Benavidez, he has a fight coming up March 13th, so he has to focus on that and get past that first. This is a huge fight, okay? This is, a legacy fight for both guys. Jermall Charlo, undefeated. He's a 2-division champion. David Benavidez is 2-time super middleweight world champion. He never lost his belt in the ring. Obviously, he's undefeated. He lost it outside of the ring. So this is a huge fight with huge implications on it, right? Both guys really, truly want to fight with 4-division world champion who is unified WBC, WBA super middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez. This would be the quickest way to get that fight, to fight each other, because it's such a big fight that Canelo Alvarez cannot ignore the winner, okay? Now, Canelo Alvarez already has his 2021 mapped out. He's going to fight Avni Yildirim February 27th. Then he's going to fight Billy Joe Saunders, who's the WBO super middleweight world champion, British superstar boxer. That's going to take place May 8th. And then he's looking to fight that same weekend that David Benavidez and Jermall Charlo are talking about, the second week in September, Mexican Independence Day weekend. He's looking to secure a showdown with IBF super middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, undefeated Caleb Plant. Okay, so his 2021 is already mapped out. But Canelo Alvarez, if he can, he'll get 4 fights in 2021. He fights Caleb Plant in September and becomes undisputed. He may vacate the belts, but he may go ahead and defend it against one of these guys in December. Canelo Alvarez likes to stay active. He stays busy, okay? Now, he don't always choose the best level of opponents when he's staying active, like this Avni Yildirim fight, but he will stay active. And if Canelo Alvarez beats Billy Joe Saunders, he will be a 3-belt holder, WBO, WBC, and WBA. He fights Caleb Plant in September, he will be undisputed, okay? If he beats Caleb Plant. And then let's say he defends it against David Benavidez, Jermall Charlo. I mean, his legacy is pretty much already cemented, but he's just adding to it. If he fights and beats Jermall Charlo, David Benavidez winner in December, his 2021 could arguably go down as one of the greatest years for a boxer in the history of the sport of boxing if he was able to become undisputed in 2021 by beating 2 world champions and beating a former world champion, and one of these guys who were undefeated, because whoever wins, Jermall Charlo, David Benavidez, is going to be undefeated. So this is a massive opportunity, and I don't know if Canelo Alvarez is willing to turn that down, because if he does turn it down, he would then have to go up to 175, and he would have to take on the likes of an Artur Beterbiev or Dmitry Bivol at 175. That's a tough task. Now, he went up to 175 and he beat Sergey Kovalev. But Sergey Kovalev just didn't exert himself, but he made himself a 4-division champion by beating Sergey Kovalev, who was the WBO champion, but he was seen as the weaker link of all the champions at 175. So, this would give them the clear opportunity and a clear path to Canelo Alvarez, right? But let's listen to what he had to say regarding, David Benavidez being too young for him. So let's listen to what he had to say.
Last man, bro. We're like 23, 24. David Benavidez, about 23, 24, I'm hitting with some shit he ain't never been hit with before. Y'all motherfuckers retarded. I'm hitting with some shit that I'm telling you. Y'all remember the shit happened with Lubin? Motherfucker too young, too dumb.
Remember, he said, now y'all remember what happened with Erickson Lubin. He was too young, right? So he goes on to say that, he don't truly want to fight a guy at 25 and under. But then he stated that, if this is what he's looking for, he'll give it to him, essentially, right?
Run right into that shit. Run right into.
So he's saying Erickson Lubin, he ran right into the punch that he didn't see because he wasn't ready. He was just too young. That's what he stated. So this is a massive fight, in my opinion. This would do wonders for both of these guys' career. It's a high payday. It's a legacy payday fight for both of these guys. And we need to see it as the boxing fans. Why not? Let's make it happen. I favor Jermall Charlo to win the fight. I think that he's more versatile. I think he has more tools in the toolbox. I think that, he's sharper. He's more accurate. He puts his combinations together better. And he's more responsible on the defensive side of the sport of boxing. So with that said, I would favor Jermall Charlo. But David Benavidez is the bigger guy. Jermall Charlo is 6 feet tall. Jermall Charlo has a 74-inch arm reach. He's 30 years old. David Benavidez is 6'2", 6'3", with a 78-inch arm reach. So he has very long arms. He's a pressure fighter. He's young. He's 24 years old, but he has a lot of power in both hands, and he puts a lot of pressure on you physically and mentally. So this is going to be a very interesting fight. I'm favoring Jermall Charlo, but it's definitely a 50-50 fight, and we got to see how it plays out and unfolds. Jermall Charlo says he's too young, but if this is what y'all looking for, you remember what happened with Erickson Lubin, we'll make it happen. So that's all I got for y'all, man. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.